BayAreaCompass. It's coffee time, man. So yeah, dog. Ain't nobody in here yet, but you know, hopefully this will live that y'all double back on. And I be thinking about doing blogs too. I be like, let me do some blogs, but then I be like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But it's real music, bro. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let y'all know for the next people that want to start rapping. Because most people, what's good? What's good with you? Most people that doing music right now ain't gonna switch up their style. But I'll tell you how I messed up. Even like, I'm gonna give you some examples. Yeah, hit that double tap, man. You know what I mean? Thank you, I appreciate it. Like, you could just see it like from the top to bottom. And I remember a time when I was doing music with my boy Rob and my brother Mac Dollars, who was on the intro. That ain't even me. People be like, that's my favorite song that you did. That ain't even me. That's Mac Dollars. And he came up with the Aim High Mafia. So, but let's get my favorite BayArea artist of all time. I mean, it's Mac Dre, straight up, because I grew up on Mac Dre. It was the era of Mac Dre, you know what I'm saying? As far as in Stockton and as far as the people I was rocking with. And I met Mac Dre a few times and he was cool. I seen Yuck Mouth one time. He really kind of brushed me off and, you know. So Mac Dre was just a different type of human being. He had a good aura about him. So Mac Dre, my favorite artist. You know, and he taught me a lot. Hence to my point about drill music. He taught me a lot about taking a bunch of people, right? That was like considered like, that was like, most of them was doing like considerably that type of music, gangster music at that era in that time. And he converted it into some dope shit. Like, you know what I mean? The Jacket too, that's what I was gonna say next. The Jacket. Cause the Jacket had just as much influence and he was a gangster rapper. And he never, you know what I mean? He had a certain way about going about it though. And his aura was good. Now, drill music today, it's like most of the artists that I watch come up, they didn't even come up on drill music. Now they stuck in it. Like, you know, and then I be hearing them like, they be kind of mad when they be on live. Like, I was just looking and I hope if they see it, they don't take it the wrong way. But you know what I'm saying? You can't, I mean, you're a public figure. But I was looking at like, they've been doing blogs on Lavish D. And then I watched Lavish D live. And I'm like, listening to it, bruh. But like, I'm thinking in my head though, I understand all them elements of you being upset, right? But your aura was different when you was when his songs that went more viral or got people was listening to him more. His aura was different, and the type of music he was doing was different. You could say it from like a lot of the artists, B.O.E. Sosa, NBL Nell, artists that ain't resonating as much as they did. You feel me? A lot of times when rappers, cause drill is like a hard sell. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's a hard sell to the audience. Cause everybody know everybody ain't, you ain't like that, bro. So I ain't saying none of them ain't like that, but I'm saying if the audience don't feel it, they ain't gonna stay rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? And then you got most of the time you got an audience that really ain't never lived like that too, to even be making that judgment, and they making a judgment off of what they seen on the internet most of the time. So, but it ain't working out for the rappers. Man, I'm gonna get to that too. I'm gonna get to that question. So I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna get to that question. So like when you looking at like Dirk, uh, and just all the rappers, bro, they ain't, you know what I mean? They ain't making really no motion. And how long? I just think like, okay, y'all worshiping some lame ass shit. Like y'all this, I mean, but most of y'all wasn't like that in the beginning. That's some Chicago ass shit, bro. Them niggas ain't making it. So I just don't get it. But to bruh question, to Mob for Life, FTP, you know what I'm saying? He said who gonna win the playoffs, bruh? The NBA playoffs. My opinion right now, uh, shit. On the East, the Pacers mollywopped and I didn't even think they was that good until they mollywopped the Cavs. Now, who else is they played? They played the East Coast is, but on the West, let me think on the West. Um, Oklahoma City, I thought it was gonna be out of Oklahoma City, and after seeing the game yesterday, Oklahoma City and Denver, bro, cause how healthy is Steph Curry? You see what I'm saying? And I don't think Minnesota that good to beat either one of them teams on the West Coast. Now, if Curry healthy and they make a comeback in the series, I think Golden State. But the other East Coast team is Celtics and the Celtics and the motherfucking and Celtics getting whooped too. Celtics and who they playing again? That's just making them look bad, bro. I forget. I'm high and shit. But the Celtics look halfway decent. I mean, not they look bad, not halfway decent. The other team do. So on the East, I'm kind of I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be the Celtics. But yeah, man. What you think? Yeah, he did get hurt, so it's over. But they was already losing. They was already losing, bro. So that they was already losing the game. Who they play though, bro? Who the other team? New York. New York look nice. Yeah, New York look nice, bro. So I think it might be teams that we didn't expect. Obviously, because it's New York and the Pacers. Who really expected them to be playing in the semifinals? You feel me? So, but Brunson be looking, I be like, damn, bro, look, because he's surprising. He's smaller than everybody, but he be just, you know what I mean, taking over the game. And if Luka had him for another year, maybe with Kyrie, they would have probably did something, bro. They would have did something. Even though they would have been small, I mean, they would have did something. It's kind of like when, yeah, they solid, but you know what I'm saying? It's just, I mean, just think about it. Rudy Gobert always get played by the Joker, bro. You know what I'm saying? Jokic. So I just think they didn't play each other enough. So it depends who win that series with them. And shit, they wouldn't even got past Golden State if Curry didn't get injured, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, they wouldn't even got past Golden State, bro. So and so I don't even think they that solid. They just got lucky. You know what I'm saying? You know, now Celtics in New York, Tatum got injured recently and they was already losing. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a difference in that. They wasn't winning until Curry got hurt. You see what I'm saying? And they barely winning. You know what I mean? But Curry, you know, he you know what I mean? Yeah, Curry always carrying the Warriors, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless, you know what I mean? Even when Durant was there. If there wasn't no Steph Curry, bruh, Durant wouldn't have got them championships, bruh. He would not have got them because he did good since. Did he do good before? You see what I'm saying? He did lightweight cool before, but he still wasn't doing nothing. He was losing. He lost a 3-1 lead to Golden State. So when you look at Curry, you gotta give him his credit. Him and LeBron like the best to do it. Curry changed the whole game up on as far as on a professional level. So that's why Curry and the GOAT status. And brother then got hella championships. You see what I'm saying? But he hands down made everybody want to shoot threes. Forced everybody to shoot threes because he was gonna cook you then. You know what I'm saying? So he changed the whole aspect of the NBA. So uh, you gotta get him in his credit. So they playing his game. He ain't playing their game. So that's why if Curry always got a shooter's chance. You see what I'm saying? He always got a shooter's chance to make it to the finals because y'all playing his game. Everybody got to spread the floor. So, but back to you know what I mean. What inspired this? Cause I be like, man, I'll be looking at all of this, the internet shit, and I'll be like trying to find my way in it. But would you want to talk? Look, if you was a blogger, would you or a person on the internet? Basically, you always looking for bad news, like people in bad situations. Oh, this motherfucker in jail. Oh, this person got shot, and that's gonna be how you gonna make money on here based upon how hip hop, the state of hip hop is, bruh. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, your message got rejected. You probably cussed or something in there. So when I be looking at it, I be like, one thing is, certain things really do be happening in the streets too. But it's too descriptive for even the rappers, but that's why they keep going to jail and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even drill. I just say drill music, but the state of music today, the reason why it's whack, because you really can't market none of these niggas because I can't market. Like, they already tried to. You think after they losing money on Dirk and NBA Youngboy and all of them in certain levels, because once they go to jail, it's like, or Kodak Black motherfucker, like, they gonna lose money if they put real money behind you, if they put a liquor behind you, if they put, certain businesses behind you that they try to sell, just like NBA players. But that's why NBA players be, they be turned up too, but they can't show you that shit. Like what's bruh from Memphis? He did a little gun signal and got fined. But then the next night, somebody was playing, they did a gun symbol. Ain't nobody say nothing about it. But it's that control when you get them contracts. So ain't nobody gonna wanna invest in you if you ain't if, like, you know what I'm saying, you hot now, but they know you ain't gonna, you know what I mean? Cause you always into shit. So a lot of times that's why if you ain't, most of these rappers gotta get a distribution deal because or some level of like that, like a deal like that, because if they give you all the money, then and they give you all the money, and then you go to jail or you fighting like shit like Dirk fighting, they ain't gonna put no money behind you. So that shit gonna fall off anyway, and then you even said all this shit, and it ain't even sellable no more. All you gonna do is go back to the streets, and then how long can you be in hip hop, bro? Like, how long is people gonna rock with you? Because each generation gonna want to listen to what they want to listen to. So you gonna, you know what I mean? So when you like, it's a short lifespan with music. So even if I was a popular rapper, what I would do is go into more of the internet shit. And you don't even have to do it with like other rappers. You can have like a podcast with other people that like hip hop too, just like the boxers be doing. Everybody do that. So I think like when I was watching Laugh, what he was saying on his page, and he's smart enough to put it on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I just think you gotta be, if you want to be an entertainer, because I don't think most of them want to be entertainers, really. They just, they like rapping and then they be doing what they doing. But if you want to be an entertainer, Blood had a good premise. I just don't think it's resonated good enough at Lil Blood. Go check out Lil Blood TV. It's resonated how he expected it yet. But, he'll find the formula over a period of time. And I think when you at Blood's level as a career, you gotta like pick a lane more or less. and stick to that lane more than you sticking to the other lane. You always gonna do music because you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? At a point in time, like Drink Champs is a perfect example too with Nori or Gilly. You know what I'm saying? And Gilly made like, yeah, it was the peak of 2006 was the peak of Bay Area music, and you know, but you know that's what I'm saying. Like all them people still resonate with us. So if they was to come up with a good podcast and really do it the correct way, they could take over certain levels of media. But you know, when you looking to go to No Jumper, that's what it seemed like everybody on the West Coast do, look to go to No Jumper. And that's that outlet that they feel like, okay, damn, you know, I'm moving up, you know. No, you gotta, I mean, all of these powers that be, I don't really got no power in this shit. I'm really under this platform, this, and you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I'm just saying like this, if these artists take themselves out of being like an artist that ain't really popping no more and come up with a dope ass podcast, even some of them that's popping, but they still like super underground still, like Jay Stalin have a podcast with Mr. Fab. People gonna watch that shit. You see what I'm saying? If they got a weekly podcast and you know what I'm saying, or something of that nature, you feel me? Like Yuck Mouth be doing it, but say Yuck Mouth and E40 would be a dope ass podcast though, or something of that nature. You see what I'm saying? Um, you know, even like a X-rated in like E40 or you know just something different. You feel me? Like it gotta be like some people from different little areas or whatever. But if they took it over like that, they would have the media in Northern California. You know what I'm saying? You know, they would take over the media in California, and they could have their little special guests that nobody know that they hired on, or you know, up and coming artists and stuff like that. They can control the whole narrative. The media always control the whole narrative, bro. So um, they just ain't taking heed to that. Like Gilly, I think he said he signed a $20 million deal to do that podcast. $20 million, man. I'm pretty sure that none of these Bay Area artists making $20 million. You know what I'm saying? They ain't, you know, maybe E40, you know what I'm saying? But E40 would have, yeah, he would have, that's what I'm saying. E40 have a dope ass podcast. And he got so many connections that he can invite people from all over, all these artists from all over, because they got a connection with E40. So he, you know, he can have a podcast and just like he just the face of it, but he don't always got to be there. You know what I'm saying? But he got connections with other artists and labels and all kind of different things. You know what? My boy from Chicago, he connected with like a lot of the, you know, like the older legendary Chicago artists. I was thinking about trying to do like interviews and introducing y'all to some of them. Like he even worked, he even, you know, did stuff for Twisted, from Twisted to all different types of people that psychodrama. I don't know if y'all know about a lot of the Chicago music, you know what I mean? But just intertwining all of that, bruh. You know what I mean? And making it entertaining. But I'm only one man, you know what I'm saying? And these people don't really, you know what I mean? They be like, who is this dude? I'm just, you know what I mean? Just a creator, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I be thinking I got good ideas. But, you know, I think a lot of times it's always about personality, schedules, and what people want to do. Some people might just not want to do that. But even like Lavish D got a good premise. I think you need to utilize this page not only for music and stuff like that, to speak his mind, because people are going to talk about you anyways. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of control your narrative. But if he could link up with other artists and do something like that, you know, I just think like you know, with this entertaining stuff, no matter what, bro, I be mad. I ain't balling like none of them, right? So I be going through little problems in life or whatever, my little hurdles or whatever I gotta overcome, right? But if I come on the internet, I gotta make sure I kind of check that shit at the door. Shout out Oakland, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta check that shit at the door because y'all ain't gonna want to hear me talk about, man, you know what I'm saying, about my personal stuff. So what I learned, and I had to tell myself, like even with like Instagram and stuff, I ain't putting nothing personal on here no more. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't nobody business. You know what I'm saying? So personal shit, I won't put. I try to take that out of this and just focus more on what this shit is entertainment. So when you come on here and you're a rapper though, we're not just saying anybody, because some people, that's they hustle, is showing you their personal life. But if your if your job is to show a certain persona on here, and you gotta always look at the persona of a rapper as cool. You know what I'm saying? Like dope. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where it stemmed from. It's like the dope boys and the, you know what I'm saying, the niggas that, you know what I mean, popping they So that's the element that you always want to display on here. Why drill messing up rap is because y'all gotta, it force y'all to display that y'all, you know what I'm saying, too much. It make you have to say too much, and everybody fall for the okie doke, because you go up real quick off a drill, but then make it when your core audience grew up on the other shit, so now you still trying to gather this audience, and you even stepped away from your root, which is your core audience that was locked in with you with the fly shit maybe you was doing or something like that. So you always want to stay balanced in probably music, but you want to always stick to your roots. You know what I'm saying? Like what you did to make people like you originally. That might have got you known. Now bring it back to, nigga, this is what I do though. That was just some, you know what I mean? But this is what I do. So, you know, I think that's why like NBA Youngboy still resonate with people. You feel me? Or an artist like that, because he didn't, he got drill songs, but he got stuff that his core audience gonna rock with. Now, I don't really listen to NBA Youngboy all the time, but I've listened to him enough to know, okay, he doing what he do, and he always got a little mixture in there. So that's why he resonate with a lot of people. And some people don't sway off of they little whatever that ain't drill artists. You know what I'm saying? They get to stay in their lane. Gucci Mane, he can always go back to what he said. He got a dope little song out right now, I forgot. But like certain artists, E40, he always go back. He don't have to. He can just stick to, and he gonna always sell. Too short, he always gonna sell, and they ain't gotta worry about what you worrying about. And drill is too many, and it's like that's a young nigga thing. So if you in your 30s, nigga, that old ass nigga still doing that bunk ass shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the audience gonna look at it. You see what I'm saying? So I would try to tell an artist, man, you gotta be more like Mac Dre said. He said, keep reinventing yourself. That's why he was Andre Hicks, the rapper gone bad, Denzel Washington, Ronald Reagan. He kept reinventing himself. So you could always take heed to, okay, well, what was this person doing? Okay, and just get the history on stuff of really they leaving you, or this is how you sell the audience, they leaving you some knowledge that you can continue to use. You see what I'm saying? But y'all gonna have to find a way out of that. And it's gonna have to be like, if you wanna stay rapping, it gotta be a good song that people resonate with. You feel me? But everybody done seen that the top goon, man, can get knocked off next week. So nobody's really impressed by that no more. You feel me? Nobody's impressed that you know what I mean? Because how many people done, said that and not made it, or now incarcerated or something. So that ain't really gonna sell with the audience no more, in my personal opinion, for a long period of time, unless somebody got that aura. You know what I'm saying? It's an aura that they got. King Von had an aura though, and there was no question that we knew he was gonna crash out though. You know what I'm saying? But we liked it, the aura, so much that we was just watching it, and in an entertaining view, but it was a different time, bro. You know what I'm saying? COVID brought a lot of motherfuckers up, and COVID exposed a lot of shit, bro. Because the cameras, everybody started picking up the cameras and all the shit. So it exposed a lot of shit too. So um, everybody got to get over that era. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out of that era because that was a different time. You know what I'm saying? And things got so advanced now. You know, you got AI, you got all this stuff. Technology didn't advance itself so much in that short period of time that you got to see like, okay, that shit ain't even cool no more because these elements have changed so dramatically that if I do it, I'm gonna be cooked anyways. So the crash out era ain't sellable no more. You know what I'm saying? You looking at even no jumper. Nobody want to rock with them because they feel like bruh is going to incriminate me by the questions he asks. And if you've been watching me for all of this time, bruh, all of this time, truthfully, man, I don't know if they took the formula, they copied the formula, if they even seen it, but I know I did accumulate views over this period of time, right? I didn't change. I feel like either y'all just finally coming to my enlightenment of this stuff, or like you see the bloggers and everybody more on the level of how I've been doing it the whole time. Not trying to smut people name up for views, not trying to, telling you like, why you doing that? That's stupid. You see what I'm saying? But with tact where you ain't offensive, you know what I'm saying, to the person you talking about or talking to. So all of these things I've been doing, oh, this nigga whack, this nigga, man, maybe I already knew I wasn't going to talk about that because it had nothing to do with what I was trying to build. You feel me? So I don't be building shit on sand, bruh. You feel me? I still, I listen to the Bible still, bruh. And read the Bible still. Like, I don't care what I'm doing. I still, I punch in, but I still take heed to what the Bible say and certain things like that to guide me. And I still pray every morning and still, you don't gotta, as much as people be like, I'm a demon, right? And you thinking, well, I'm an angel, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And don't think like praising God make you weak. You weak because you weak. You know what I'm saying? Praising God gonna make you stronger. Head strong. If you a man no matter what, bruh. So when people be thinking like, I can't praise God and I gotta, well, you know how I look at it though on a spiritual level. If you keep praising demons and then you want to humble yourself again, come back to God, the demons still want to collect what you owe them and stuff. You like, bro, I done let you borrow all this juice and now you want to go do your shahada. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. So, you got to put good stuff in your spirit too, man. And not always just think the tough thing is to say you this or that, bro. You feel me? I mean, even when you read the Bible, if you pick up the Bible, man, if you read it, God sent men to destroy cities and stuff like that. So God ain't no punk either, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I be looking at it. Like how you get that out of what you read or what you heard or what you seen. But some people get different stuff. So I'm just saying you probably better off putting God in your stuff instead of the devil. You feel me? Cause you ain't gotta play. I ain't playing with nobody, but I praise God, bruh. I ain't playing with not a person. You know what I'm saying? About my life or stuff of that nature. You see what I'm saying? So I don't feel no weaker than the next person. You feel me? But drugs really is what be plaguing people. Even me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, could fall victim to that shit. But that play a strong element into a lot of these scenarios too. But hey, man, people gonna do what they do, and that's just the truth. People gonna do what they do, and you can talk to you blue in the face. But I do feel like with the media stuff, if you look at the bloggers now, they and then I feel like a lot of people copy not swamp stories, but point and shoot. I feel like a lot of the bloggers copy point and shoot, DC, Baby Draco, and Jaleese Lightweight too. It was like, you know, people started copying what bro was doing. Now, bro did go to start doing hood vlogs though, DC. But DC, like even that, bro, like just think if E40 had a blog with DC on there and other, like what's Brett from San Francisco that be doing blogs now too? I think he a rapper too, but I forget. But he got an entertaining little way of doing it too. Or D&I Mike on there, you know what I'm saying? Like Lil Blood, all of them, bruh. When it's about money, man, put that, you know, DC, D&I Mike and Lil Blood. Kind of, y'all call it politics. I'll be like, man, y'all wasting time. Like, how old you gonna get before you realize, man, I did all this entertaining shit and I didn't make no money off of it because this nigga didn't get along with this nigga. Like, when you're a leader, hey man, y'all gonna chill out, bruh, and let us get this money. So that's, you know what I'm saying? But everybody hanging on to drill so hard that you can't really tell that to somebody, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta change the narrative. Somebody got to. But, you know what I mean? It probably ain't gonna be me, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't even there yet. But if somebody has some juice, they should change their narrative for the sake of keeping the shit going. You know what I'm saying? Keeping music going, keeping Northern California music resonating with people. And that's what Mac Dre did, bruh. On his level, him and Yuck Mouth. You gotta always give Yuck Mouth his credit because he had United Ghettos America. That's what first came out. And that's what really resonated. Then Mac Dre came out with Trill Television or Trill TV. You know what I'm saying? And that, you know, when you only had a DVD player and cable, bro, that was on repeat. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, man, that's what you playing to chill and, you know what I'm saying? All the shit. So, you know, doing them, like, remember Hood to Hood? You know what I'm saying? So shit like that, bro. But maybe not Hood to Hood, but that's what y'all really doing with these hood vlogs and shit. But that's fool's gold too. The hood vlogs, people that asked me to do them about one thing, I'm a little older than I appear, and I've been in the hood for way too long, bro. I do not want to. I'm still in the hood most of the time. I don't want to do no hood vlogs, and then it brings the wrong type of energy. You telling me your hood secrets and stuff, and you know, I'm just not into all of that. I let whoever, you know, okay, bro, you do that shit. I've been, you know what I mean. So, and you know, everything and anything will be used against you in a court of law. So, you know, I'm not trying to bring that type of, you know what I mean? But you could do that. But there's hella shit that motherfuckers could do. It just take a certain type of energy, because the energy that's on the internet now be like, fuck you, you know, and just trolling, rappers trolling, everybody taking, like, I get it, but this is how it is. Okay. So, King Yella from Chicago, Duty Low rapping with Lil Durk. Duty Low get shot yesterday. King Yella going there and trolling. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, because that's what they do. But everybody seem to be like, you know, all them niggas seem to be always in the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I've been I knew niggas that really, you know what I mean, and they ain't never been in them type of situations, but I do know niggas that have too. But some niggas just know how to carry themselves without ever getting shot at, shit like that. So, and I would say they less whatever, but I don't know how motherfuckers are always in them type of situations unless they want to be. Cause I've never, this is what I could say. That's a young man's sport. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all niggas getting too old. It's a young man's sport. Anything can happen any day, but consistently happen, man. My boy told me like this one time when I was hella young. And ironically, that nigga ain't here no more for some shit. But like, I was always getting into like shit with motherfuckers. And I always had a mouth and a heart, so it was a bad for me. You know what I'm saying? Even if I knew I was gonna lose, fuck it, man. You know what I'm saying? But um, but he was always on my side. You know what I mean? And one night I think he got tired of just having my back like that, because I'm always he like, and then my response was like, man, well, bruh did, or you know what I'm saying? I always had it like a excuse or something. So he said, man, you don't think that like you putting yourself in like these scenarios, like you don't think you had nothing to do with it? And I think at that point, I never really perceived it like that. Like, oh, yeah, I could have did this different. I just knew that I wouldn't, you know what I mean? So sometimes you putting yourself in situations, and ever since I didn't put myself in them situations, I ain't really had them type of problems. So, and I think like I always learn from shit. So when I did get incarcerated, one of the people was telling me that worked there, like 95% of the people that's in here is due to drugs or alcohol of some sort. So I thought about that, you know what I'm saying? Because I was up in here for one of the two, right? So, you know, and I took heed to it, but I didn't incorporate that thought process till I got a little bit older. Yeah, so I started incorporating these things in my thoughts. Shout out Inglewood, you know what I'm saying, Chicago. So when I started incorporating these things about life, you feel me? It just led me, I ain't saying I'm doing better than nobody, none of that shit. I'm saying it led me to a path where at least I could respect myself, because I wasn't looking for nobody else to respect me. I think that's mainly what people be looking for, you know what I'm saying? Especially as men, you know what I'm saying? Some sort, you looking for these motherfuckers to respect you. Ain't nobody gonna respect you, especially if you don't respect yourself. But ain't nobody looking to respect the next person like that, bruh. You feel me? They looking to get what they, you know what I mean? So, you know, people ain't thinking about you like that. You see what I'm saying? They think about themselves most of the time. And if you get in their way, that's the only time they thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You feel me? So, um, you gotta respect yourself and stop looking for other people to solidify your character or something like that. Nigga, you are who you are, nigga. Stand on that. And who cares? Because a motherfucker that you try to impress, or, you know, all this shit, with you know, people privy to change, bruh, for whatever reasons they want to. Sometimes you just going right and you don't care. And motherfucker, like, you going straight, you trying to get this motherfucker, but they veering off to the right no matter what you talking about. So stop chasing people, and you know what I'm saying, and just do your one too. If you do that, most of the time you going, you know, motherfucker gonna follow you. If you're a leader, like, okay, they gonna veer off to the right, and they gonna come back around and meet you where they was supposed to meet you at. But sometimes you gotta let a motherfucker learn on their own, because that's the only way they gonna become who they supposed to become. It ain't an insult to you. It's an understanding of life. You know what I'm saying? So everybody be, you know what I mean? But you ain't really gonna get that unless you know what I mean? I don't know. But Raphael D7, baby, man. Lock in with the channel, man. Hit that like button. I appreciate y'all this morning.